Hello guys, we are back in Space Empires 5 and last time we started our game, and other than running into a little trouble over here and getting one of our colonies bombed into extinction, we are doing more or less okay, and we've managed to set ourselves up pretty nicely. And last time we left off with having researched sensors up to level 15 and needing to make a few to make upgrades to our current ship designs, as well as come up with a new satellite design. So yeah, first we're gonna switch our research over to ice planet colonization so that we can colonize every type of planet, and we're gonna send our last few gas giant colony ships, and this one is still building, I think, to colonize the few uncolonized gas giants in our territory. So, having done that, yeah, I'm gonna leave the colony ships alone for now. I'm gonna upgrade those when the ice colonies research, and let's go to our combat ships here. Okay, that upgrades automatically, and actually, since our allies gave us military science and ECM technology, we're gonna put a basic ECM in here. It's not gonna do much yet, but later on it's gonna be a very valuable component since it makes our ships harder to hit. And with these small ships, they already get a natural advantage, making them more difficult to hit at 30 to 39% for frigates based on the research level we've achieved in frigates. So yeah, that is gonna be useful because it will, once we've maxed out this tech, allow us to upgrade our defense up to 63%, I think, and this gives us a 33% bonus to chance to hit. And since we had trouble with that in the past, and that is currently the most crippling weakness to our forces, that's what we're upgrading now. Yeah, we might as well upgrade this, make sure that it has a modern basic sensor and can see further. And you as well, since you don't really have any weapons or combat sensors for that matter. So that leaves designing a new satellite, and we can only make small satellites, but the first set of satellites we made had 80 kilotons of space on board, and that's actually, yeah, let's set the filter to our non-obsolete unit designs and upgrade this. As you can see, we had 80 units of space on board, and now we have 120, so we can switch this to a large mount, which will give it extra power and range for in the case of satellites, small increase in size for the weapon. Now, yeah, essentially it makes it upgrades the weapon, and the mounts are generally worth it because you get more firepower for the same amount of space, even if you have fewer guns. The only case where that isn't true would be in those situations where you have since we can't refit satellites, it's no use putting an ECM on this anyway, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, The only case where that might not be a good idea is if you're dealing with lots of small ships, but for fighters you generally want point defense anyway, and none of our enemies are using fighters at the moment, so that's not a problem. And as for ships, generally I don't think it's really a likely situation for us to run into. I mean, it's unlikely we're gonna run into a situation where we have a lot of enemies which are at the same time weak enough to be gotten rid of in a few hits from the smaller weapons and numerous enough to give us trouble. I mean, that's a pretty unlikely scenario. So yeah, gun mounts generally a good idea. So yeah, and now we need to juggle around our fleets around a bit to this I think is recently refitted, and now it's getting refitted again. Yeah, you need to juggle our fleets around to give all of them the upgrades, and this system isn't a problem so much. Actually no, whoops, we don't want to deconstruct and analyze it, since we built this one and we already have all the technology on board. Okay, so what have we got here? Wait, yeah, you're a combat ship. Okay, let's send another one of those back here. Oh, and we have a guest there. Okay, and we're gonna upload the supplies because we're also upgrading our engines apparently, and any supplies that are on board the ship when it upgrades, and this is 0. Oh, wait, what? What? Okay, you are... Yeah, whoops. Yeah, this is the right one, this is 03. Whoops. Okay. Anyway, any supplies on board the ship when it upgrades are lost. Now, the real problem is here, because this is our border with the snake people, who committed genocide against us way back in the beginning of the game when we tried to storm their home system unsuccessfully. So we kind of... they still want to kill us. Excuse me? Sorry about that. Oh, God damn it. I'm gonna pause the video. As you might have noticed, I'm having some ventilator problems with my computer. So, yeah. Oh, and once again, excuse me. Anyway, we need to start building a new set of satellites here with the upgraded targeting systems. So I think our main shipyard here on our homeworld is no longer building anything, although we are gonna need it pretty soon for more colony ships, although I think we can afford to squeeze out 20 of these, provided our cargo ship is big enough to carry them in. No, it's not big enough. Essentially, if you want them to be spread more or less evenly, you kind of need to deploy them in the same turn. Okay, let's go with 15. With the upgrades and improved gun mounts, it should be okay. So, that. Okay, we're gonna pull one of these frigates off and refit it as well, and then we're gonna end our turn. Okay, you have a lot of supplies. Put them on the planet. Thank you. Okay. Oh, this is a old one. The name involves the ship name along with its version number as well as its registry number. So this has been around all the way back from when we had the second version of the Ant frigate design. So yeah, we're gonna finish one more colony ship here, and then that's gonna be our last. Okay, let's check our political message. Although I think I can't agree to any more treaties anyway, because I'm allied with the Fong, who are, I think it's a condition of one of my treaties with the guys that are giving me technologies in exchange for my technologies, so you know. Okay, let's end the turn here. Though actually, let's quickly check our resources. How are we doing? Oh yeah, very nice. We can build a much larger fleet actually. Can easily turn out a dozen fighting ships and go kill the snake people. Now, as I said in the previous videos, I'm hoping the snake people are limited to one, maybe two systems back that way, because it looked like another civilization was pretty close to them on this side here. So I'm hoping they're gonna be limited in their size and I can easily take over their territory and make it mine. Okay. So, which one of these? You're colonizing that one. Okay. Yeah, and looks like it's gonna take a while to refit those ships. Reason being that, and yeah, I know I'm not satellite walling off this one, which actually I'm gonna do just in case. It's probably not necessary, and actually we're gonna leave it at just 10. We don't need that many here since this is not leading to a hostile civilization. And yeah, still it's best to have a few defenses there, just in case. And medium light hull, that's because our dear allies are researching destroyers and sharing their findings with us. That's excellent, really. For this place, yeah, let's send you there. And what's good about this is that we can get there in a single turn, so cycling ships is pretty easy. Okay, unload those supplies. And you are 04. Okay. So that's happening nicely. Good. That leaves one unupgraded. Actually, yeah. Why not? Let's get this over with. And offload those supplies. Yeah. That single ship, it's technically not more powerful armor and weapons wise, but because those weapons are gonna hit a lot more often now, it's actually well, a lot more powerful. So this is, yeah, we can leave that alone for now. And now we went through some turns, I guess. And the snake people want to eat our souls. And I thought I had another one here. Yeah, I do. Okay, position there and just kill whatever comes through. And it's still alive even after that biggest salvo. Okay, now this is a missile defense turret, but it can't target ships. It's just a point defense thing. As you can see here, can target fighter, satellite, seeker, drone. So really, it's not that dangerous to us. And this targeting information, it's not important for missiles because they're seeking. They always hit unless they run out of range or are shut down. But this determines how high a bonus or penalty you have to hit with this weapon based on distance. Oh, and this has really long range. Our cannons have a range of about 90, I think. The anti-proton weapons that we're using. Anyway, since this is a point defense weapon, it has a natural bonus to hit at close range. Not that it matters. This weapon, for example, has only penalties, unless you're right on top of target, in which case it doesn't apply anything to it. Which kind of illustrates why it's important to balance the penalties applied by range with some sort of targeting system. And this is a special sensor which allows you to see through stealth technologies, allows scanning at level 3. That means that is essentially indicates the strength of the stealth field and the necessary scan level to penetrate it. Okay, so what else have we got there? Level 5 engines, level 5 armor, life support, yeah, medicine and life support. The AI seems to really like researching that and putting it on its ships. I don't know why it's not that important. Oh, meson blasters. That's a comparable energy weapon. You discover it, you can start researching at the same time as our anti-proton cannons. It's just the other alternative. It's shorter in range, but it's smaller and its damage doesn't decrease with range. So, yeah, it's a matter of preference, really. I kind of think it as a more or less equal weapon. Okay, so all in all, technology-wise, they're behind us, which is exactly as it should be. We're not going to be building huge fleets, we're playing a science-heavy game, so the whole idea is to defeat the AI through superior technology and ships and ship designs, for that matter. So that's good. So far, so good. It's going according to plan, which means that we should be able to overwhelm the snake people easily and absorb their territory into our empire, expanding our power base and bringing us one step closer to galactic domination. Whoa! They want us to abandon our home system so that they can take it over. Wow. Oh yeah. I might just have something to say about that, you little... Oh yes. We can say something about that, alright. That's some nerve. Wow. Okay, let's move this upgraded frigate over here and bring those two in for a refit. Now, I don't really have a problem with that since we do have those satellites here and it is an upgraded frigate, which I think... Oh, I just forgot to transfer the supplies, didn't I? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. When you do a lot of that in the same system at once, it kind of overwhelms the system's ability to resupply those ships. At least unless you have a great many resupply depots there. And this is not doing anything. And this is technically a defense ship. Oh no, you are doing something. You're building weapons platforms for us. Well, satellites, but really, you know what I mean. Now these I'm gonna be scrapping, so we can take the supplies off of those. Slowly at first, of course. And right now we're waiting for those two worlds over the other way to get colonized. Yeah, here. And okay, small, so I'm gonna put a yeah, they want a handout. Yeah, no. Damn it. Oh yeah, and this is our trade rating. They've agreed to trade with us up to 30% of the smallest empire's economy, which will probably be us, so we're gonna benefit from this little bit more than them. And it increases slowly, so you can't get the full benefit unless you stay in the treaty for a while. Still, whatever. Oh yeah, and we're gonna tell them about asteroid deposits. Just screw with them a little bit. Not that they're gonna care, but still. And this has an ancient ruin. That might have something useful. Although probably not. Don't get too excited. Most of these tend to be a bit trashy. I mean, yeah, you in this new update, and I haven't played too much of this update, that, of course, as I stated in previous videos, but I think you're more likely to... we'll see. I don't know, not really. Just have to wait and see. Okay, and we need to transfer some fuel over to this one, so that we can make it over here and refuel from these satellites. Not that they have much to refuel from anymore, but still. Okay, and we're gonna have to start removing them anyway. Okay, I'm gonna leave a few here to sort of hold down the fort, but the rest I'm going to cargo orders, jetson cargo. Okay, screw that. Okay, unload that. Goodbye. Oh, and I still have to... oh, god damn it. That is moderately annoying. Now, I probably wouldn't bother with this, but I need the new satellites we're going to be placing there to be distributed even in a more or less even circle around the warp point. We need all angles to be more or less covered, and for that we need to get rid of those satellites first. Now I'm not going to be building another satellite layer ship here. I'm gonna bring over the one from here and just set up a basic defensive ring around this warp point here. Oh yeah, planet, I almost forgot. Now I'm gonna build an organics and radioactives facilities here to help balance this a little bit more. And then once we get ice planets, I'm gonna build some more resource facilities if I can find a planet with a decent resource rating, and then we're gonna Start preparing for war. Now it's not gonna be a huge war, it's gonna be, oh, well, yeah, a smallish one. And okay, only this one, and it has the wrong kind of atmosphere. Okay, that's not good. But okay, fine. How far away are we? Okay. Yeah, and those guys keep trying to ally with us, but whatever. The AI tends to bombard you with treaties, although AI does not really attack you if you have a treaty with them. They view you as a friend. Oh, and he's destroying those satellites. Yeah, but our ships are hitting far more often, and they're doing a lot better against this ship overall. Your inability to hit those guys while they had missiles which always hit really crippled our ability to fight them before, which is why we needed those satellites. Just in case a big fleet came through and we really need to defend ourselves. Now, our ships are pretty vulnerable here, so we're gonna have to research a few more defensive technologies. I think I might go with shielding, and I'm gonna make this a mineral mining facility, since we're not gonna have a oxygen atmosphere mineral rich planet in the ice planet set, so we're gonna have to make do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna research some additional shields before we go to bomb these guys out of existence. And yeah, if you want to prevent the AI from crushing you, try to get some kind of treaty with them. Okay. And I guess we could go for bigger ships instead, and that would help too. Although our allies are already working on that, and so no particular, yeah, we did that. No particular rush to do that. Okay, now this ship is starting to annoy me. I don't think it has anything. Yeah, it's out of supplies, you can tell, because it's moving so damn slowly. Ships that don't have any supplies are reduced to one movement, you know, turn per turn. Well, you know, they can only move one hex here. Okay. Wait, what? Resupply near. Oh, whoops. Okay. Now what we want you to do. Well, no, not yet. Okay. Political messages. Don't really care about politics. And my ships should now be all properly refitted. Yes, our intelligence operatives are getting through, and we're starting to sabotage their ships, which means we might be able to actually get one of their crews to revolt, and then if we are really lucky we can get that ship back to our home system and use it to learn some of their technologies. Okay. So yeah, that could boost our research a tiny bit. And yeah, they're really researching the hulls. It would be, well, there is no point of us researching the same thing, because, well, you know, researching the same thing twice, it's kind of wasteful. We're gonna do better by focusing our research in a different direction. Okay, and now we can colonize ice planets. Okay. Now we could do this